everyone, what's up? Today I'll be talking about the anthology horror From Beyond the Grave. And I did review this movie a long time ago, but it was only 1 minute and 43 seconds. And I was like, when I review it, that video blog I did, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? I was like, I was quick on doing this review. I don't know why. But I don't know if I should delete that video, but I just left it there anyway when we review that old review. But it's time to give it some justice this time. From Beyond the Grave is like a really good anthology horror. Definitely goes right up there with From a Whisper to a Scream, VHS, which I personally enjoyed, by the way, Trick or Treat, The House That Dripped Blood, which I recently talked about. There's a slew of anthology horror movies that I like, by the way. And they're good ones, they're bad ones, they're so-so anthology horror movies, but at the end of the day, I kind of like them because it's always a mix of different horror tales with twist endings to them. And in most cases, you get bad endings. In a few cases, you get some good endings, which a lot of people like good endings in their horror movies. But at the end of the day, we all enjoy anthology horror. Different horror stories in one. It could be supernatural, it could be a slasher, it could be a ghost, a demon story, a monster story, a werewolf, vampire story, whatever, you know. And the story From Beyond the Grave, the movie starts out with an introduction that ends with a follow-up to the introduction. Pretty much Peter Cushing owns a Temptation art antique store. He's kind of like, I would say, probably like the devil, I would say, in a way, if you think about it. You see the end, you probably would get it, what I mean. I mean, think about it, the store is called Temptation for a reason. And customers come in, they're tempted to buy these items, and it's like, I don't know if I can say, well, the items do affect them, but the second story kind of threw me off a little bit, though, but kind of like, let's know the first story. The first story is kind of somewhat like a Jack the Ripper type of thing, where the guy brought this mirror, and the guy that brought the mirror in the first story, you might recognize his face, but he played the villain in Supergirl, the movie, but he has a recognizable face. When you see his face, you're gonna know who he is just by looking at him. He buys this mirror, and he has these friends for a get together, and decide to hold a seance in front of the mirror. And then this ghost comes out the mirror, like not come out the mirror, but like he comes like in a dream state, and kind of stabbed the guy that brought the mirror. And the guy woke up, like no. So then, when he was sleeping, he woke up, and the spirit in the mirror told him that he wants you to kill people, so he could feed him with blood for the mirror. And then you get your twist ending, and and the guy that's doing the killing for the evil spirit, he started being on this trance and start killing women like Jack the Ripper style, so he can feed the spirit. And then go give you a twist and then why he has to do it for the evil spirit. By the way, the second story was my favorite. Icon Donald Pleasance in this one. You got this businessman who go to the antique shop. He buys it. Where he was trying to he wanted to buy the badge of an army badge to impress this guy who was selling cigarettes, played by Don Pleasance, who was selling the cigarettes. And then he goes home to his wife, that his wife treated him like shit. Then he goes to he's gonna buy cigarettes from Don Pleasance's character, and the businessman decided to go to the antique shop trying to buy the army badge, but he can't afford it, so he decided to steal the badge, and he walks out. So he showed off to Don Pleasance's character, selling the cigarette. Wanted Don Pleasance to say, "Come over, I'll introduce you to my daughter." You know, she started making cake, treating him real good. While he goes home, his wife's still treating him like shit. And he found out that the daughter of Don Pleasance's character, she's actually a witch that practiced witchcraft. And then she started making her offer to the guy that is a businessman that, hey, I'll kill your wife for you, but you have to order it, you know. And then the witch woman kind of made a voodoo doll of the guy's wife and stabbed the doll, and the wife died. And then Don Pleasance's character and his daughter came in and took him in. And then you got your twist ending again that you think it was that, but it was something else. Very good story, by the way, the second story. Now, the third story was funny. I liked it. It was more comedy. It had a little bit of horror, but it was more comedy about this guy to go to an antique shop. He buys some. I think he bought a crocodile. I just forgot. I can't believe I forgot. I think he bought a crocodile or something. And then he was on the train. I don't know what the crocodile has to do with the story. I'm not sure, but he was on the train. He saw this old lady. I saw an elemental, like a spirit around him. And the guy goes home. He realizes that his wife is getting strangled with this unknown spirit in her ass. And the guy called the psychic lady to come over, and the psychic lady excised the spirit off the guy, the elemental off. And it was funny how she was doing. It was like this third story was like more calm, but it was really good though, you know. And fourth story, you got this guy who goes to the antique shop. He builds this door with this evil face on the door. He put the door on his in his closet like to replace the old door. And then when he opens the door, he goes to another world, like another room. And he realized that behind that door is a guy that practiced like black magic or something, and he sacrificed souls for the door to have like a spirit on his own, you know. And one day the guy brought the door. He runs out, tells his woman about the door, and then the devil worshiper, he kidnaps the guy's woman, and then he goes inside the door, and the guy has to save her from this evil witchcraft guy, and he started breaking the door, you know, and that was the evil spirit's weakness, you know. And this was another good story. And then you had your fifth story, which leads to the first story about Peter Cushing's character when the guy is trying to rob the antique store from Peter Cushing's character, and then Peter Cushing kind of like just kind of like defeated the robber in a way, and then you get your twist ending when he's giving you an invitation to come to the store. You know, all in all, this whole movie was good. I definitely enjoyed it. And by the way, it's close to 7 minutes. So I felt like I did this movie some justice. From Beyond the Grave, go check it out. You can rent it on Netflix also. Peace, guys, and see you later. And have a happy Halloween. I don't know, guys. Do you think I should do 31 days of Halloween reviews next year? I don't know. I can't put videos one by one. I mean, I'm more like doing my videos in one shot. But I will come out with a Halloween show. So be on.